Hello, I'm Reverend Michael Mugford, and I'm part of the ministry team at Cole Harbour Woodside United Church, along with the Reverend Krista Elizabeth Wynn, and I'm pleased to offer this spiritual reflection for United Churches for Dartmouth today. I've shared before that one of the struggles I have in my life is finding that time for intentional self-care through spiritual reflection. And I think that is because my mind is never really still or focused for very long. I get easily distracted by the things that are around me, or even if I'm by myself, alone in a room, random thoughts that whip through my brain and lead me down some rabbit hole of contemplation. Well, I've stopped berating myself for it, and I have on occasion even allowed myself to wander where my mind needs to go. And that's been good for me because it alleviates the stress that I place on myself and allows me to be me, Michael, with all of my faults and all of my foibles. And I guess when I came to accept myself for who I am, who I believe I am created to be, then I became far less anxious about things that I am supposed to do as a minister, and allow myself to be who I am. I'm in my 50s now, and I'm pretty okay overall with who I am. Sure, there's room for improvement, but overall, I'm okay with me. I was reminded of this idea as I was reading one of the theologians I often enjoy, Bruce Epperly, and his book, Tending to the Holy, where he writes this: while our spiritual practices do not create God's graceful presence in our lives, they can enable us to experience and intensify our awareness of God's grace and inspiration. Epperly recalls the story of Jacob's dream at Bethel, where he hears God's voice saying, "Know that I am with you, and I will keep you wherever you go, and I will bring you back. For I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you." And when Jacob awakes, he says, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." And he said, "How awesome is this place!" Epperly allows that God comes to us in our intentionality, but also in moments of spontaneity or in moments of pure revelation. And I am always amazed at whichever I encounter when I find myself in a holy moment, intentional or spontaneous. I guess what I'm trying to remind myself and share with you is that whether we are deep in prayer in a private place like this beautiful Serenity Garden here at Cole Harbour Woodside, whether we're doing that or singing with a congregation or in a choir, in a church, whether we're having a deep conversation with another or simply walking down the street, we need to open ourselves and to be ready to encounter the holy and to be inspired by it. God calls us to take those moments and use them for our relationship with God and with others. I'm constantly learning how to do just that, and I pray you will allow yourselves the freedom to do that for yourselves. You don't have to sleep in the desert with your head on a rock like Jacob, because God comes to us, becomes present to us in many ways and in many moments. Just some thoughts for today. Peace.